Evolution. We're discussing number 6, which is evolving together. That is the tip for a stronger relationship. So we were talking previously how my parents grew apart when we were discussing being independent, and I don't believe they even saw it happening. I believe sometimes in all of our relationships, we begin to take things for granted. We just assume it's going to be there, that person's going to be there, this will always be what this is, and we get a little lazy in how we show up in our relationships, both with ourselves and with others. We get lazy and we don't put in all of the work now. Let me go here. I remember telling my husband in the beginning that if you're going to do certain things like bring flowers and candy and whatnot, if it's not going to be a consistent thing, just don't bother. Don't bother, because I don't need it. Keep in mind, he is looking at how I purchase for myself flowers and wine and things of that nature. Like, I was treating myself the way I wanted to be treated. He noticed it. He figured, well, let me follow suit. But if it's not where you truly stem from, because everyone has their own love language, then don't do it. Don't do things that you really can't follow through on. So, having said that, I think about my parents, and this really is recalling their growth in their relationship. It's recalling that there was a point where they grew apart. And people, all of us, we just get a little lazy and we take for granted what's right in front of us, that we see it every day, because we see it every day. What's the point? Does my husband still show up with random flowers and bottles of champagne? Yes, he does. He most certainly does. So it's cool. And sometimes he'll show like a random strawberry shake and what have you. It's like, okay. So he still does it. Right? Me, I had to learn that he is not a card person, because I would do random notes and messages and he's like, I appreciate it. It's not what I do. And I was like, oh, again, we have to find the love language for the person. Even though we think it's beautiful, it's like, it's not hitting the mark. But we're talking about evolving together. So let me get back to the point. So they had the kerfuffle. They were able to bring themselves back to the table, and they were able to live out the remainder of their marriage together stronger than ever, because sometimes the storm will make you stronger, and sometimes the storm is there to wash away what needs to go away. That's for you to decide. That's nothing to do with, it can go both ways. Just understand that message. It goes both ways. But evolving together is one part of it. So you do things as an individual. You learn as an individual, but you also, I believe, should learn as a couple as well. When we say couple, I'm just speaking in general terms here, but that could be sisters, sister brothers, auntie, niece nephews, granny, grandpa. It could be your parents. It could be your friends, your best friend. It could be your work colleague. There's a reason why they have that team builds and stuff. There's a reason. Because like any other team, like any other relationship, you have to keep growing together. I suggest being committed to being lifelong learners, continuing to learn each other. Just when I believe I know my husband, I learned something new. The same way he's like, do you really want a headphone for your PlayStation? Yes, I do. Do I ever go live? No, I don't, but I want the option. If I ever decide to get on the PS4 with my brothers, I want to be able to be connected completely, not like halfway. So, yes, that option. I want that option to be there, right? So just like my brothers are like, are you really going to play Call of Duty with us? I had every intention, but clearly our times were not matching up. So when they were on, I would sleep and vice versa. And then when I'm working, they want to play. It's like, look, I got work to do. So that, and I don't really have a lot of skill. I just kind of go around shooting things. So they don't really want to play with me, but that's okay. But the idea that all of us as siblings could get together on this virtual game and play together still as adults, 40 plus adults, then yeah. There are so many things that we can continue to do together. I'm recalling the family trip, 2 of them. So at the time, I was a runner and the husband ran because I ran. And we were doing a Print 7K in Las Vegas. So the first year we went by ourselves. The second year we invited my dad. We invited my mother too, but she just couldn't leave the house. Someone has to be here. So dad's like, shit, I'm gone. I'm not worried about these grown kids. I'm gone. And they, not granted, we're talking like great grandkids, but still. So he's sending her text messages and pictures. He's like, oh, that's so much fun. And oh, look what you guys are doing. And oh, I wish yeah, you could have been here. So the next year, she comes with us. The next year. So now it's the 4 of us hitting the town in Las Vegas. And we're not big Las Vegas people. My father and I, we're eaters. We are about traveling to find the restaurants that we have seen on some food show at some point in time and place. That's how we manage our trips. We knew on the way back from Las Vegas, the first time that he traveled with us, we wanted to go to I think it's called the Alamo? No. It's called Big Tex. I'll have to figure out the exact name, but it's got this really big bull, it's really big cow outside, and they have this eating contest where you have to eat so much, like this big steak in a matter of time, and it's just whatever. But the steaks are amazing. It's about the food. We were about food. Pops had a list of where he wanted to go in Las Vegas. I still have a list of where I want to go. So that's how we do it. So when my mother came, the list at that point was the buffet at the Bellagio. That's where he wanted to go. That was his whole deal. Then we also did some wedding anniversary pictures for them at the Valley of Fire Desert Park, right? So, but we are doing these fun things together. And I say fun after the fact because in the moment, I could have left my dad out in the desert. Talk about road trips with your parents? Yes, I said road trip. Yes. If there is ever a test, it is road tripping with your parents as an adult. Yeah. But we looked back at that trip, the pictures from it. We went to a chocolate factory and watched them make the chocolates and do the stuff. Such great memories there. Such amazing memories. We must continue to learn each other as we grow. We must continue to evolve together as a family, as a community, as business partners, as clients, like all the things, friends. It requires growth because the moment you start taking it for granted and you think this is just what it is, yeah, life shows up for you. I'm just saying it like that. Life shows up for you. Just when you think you know somebody, you realize, I don't know you at all. No, you don't. There are so many facets To the average person, how could you possibly know everything that they need, want, and desire? We're changing and growing every day. It's impossible. But if I leave with nothing else, as we're getting close to our final factor, our final tip, we gotta evolve. And there may be a time where you need time apart. You have to decide what time apart from your family members, your loved one, whatever looks like, that's you. Be it friendship, marriage, or whatever. And then there are times where you just outgrow people. It's just not gonna happen, right? And it can be funny. One of the best movies I believe that demonstrates that is The Devil Wears Prada. It's one of the best. Because you have Andy, who started out with, I don't care about fashion, I don't really care about how I look either. I just need this job to get to the next stepping stone. And then she realizes she's not going all in. But in the meantime, her boyfriend, who was just on status quo, but he's watching her grow and evolve, and you can see he's getting upset with it. That here she is, about to really live out her dream. She's recognizing, one, just how attractive she really is, and how talented she is, and now other people are noticing that. And no offense, he got jealous. He got jealous because he wanted the old Andy, who didn't care about how she looked and just came home and spent time with him. Yeah, you may outgrow people. Is it a bad thing? That's not for me to judge. Only you can determine that. So let's get to our last one. Somewhere on here. It's about having faith. That's going to be number 7.